Welcome back to another installment in my monthly series discussing the new chapter of the JOJOLands. Today we'll be looking at the second chapter that came out just a few days ago, The Japanese Person on the Island of Hawaii. This chapter, similarly to the first, had a lot in it, so let's just start from the beginning. We open on a cover panel of Jodio, with the text, "An ambiguous seedling, he sets his sights on being rich." This art is a really nice full body shot of Jodio, which there aren't many of right now. We then see a woman approach Jodio, asking him for the stuff. Jodio seems a little bit suspicious, but tells her to put money in a can beside him to obtain what she wants. The explanation for why Jodio isn't selling at his school anymore is that Meryl May told him to expand to universities so as to not stagnate their economy. From here, Jodio becomes extremely suspicious of this woman after she continues asking questions, claiming that he knows for sure that this is a sting operation. The woman then tells him that if she was a police officer, she would be bound by law to tell him so. So, Jodio asks, and she answers no. She gives Jodio the money and he sends her off to a statue where Paco gives her the drugs. Suddenly, she pulls out a gun and badge and it's revealed that she's working with the American DEA. This scene is bizarrely similar to one in Breaking Bad, to the point where I think it might have been an inspiration.
If you were selling, I could maybe do it the 10th.
Kidding, right? Dude, I so smell bacon.
What?
How about over there, that brown van? That's yours, right?
If you ask a cop if he's a cop, he's like obligated to tell you. It's in the Constitution.
Are you a police officer?
No, I am not a police officer.
Okay then, 175 for a team.
Albuquerque police, you're under arrest. Get on the ground. Get on your stomach, now!
The cop from the first chapter is the one to pin Jodio to the floor. Jodio remarks that he should have killed the cop when given the chance. Jodio then, unsurprisingly, unleashes November Rain on the cops, pinning them to the ground and allowing Paco to escape. This also destroys the evidence of the drugs. I talked in my last video about my potential concerns with November Rain. I was wondering how it would be used on a stand-on-stand battle, and we still haven't seen that, so I'm still curious. Jodio suddenly pivots and says that he's a diagnosed psycho, which frankly should have surprised no one. We then see Hot Dog Guy meet up with the rest of the gang on mainland Hawaii, which is where their target is staying. Hot Dog Guy is given the name Usagi Aloha Oe. At least I think that's how you pronounce it. Usagi means rabbit in Japanese, but besides that, there isn't really a reason for why they kept his name hidden in the first chapter. Jodio and Dragona are clearly not having it with Usagi, but Paco says that despite him definitely being on something, Meryl May vouched for him, so he can't be that bad. They drive out to the villa and begin scouting it out. As the day begins to come to a close, they realize the person isn't going to come outside. Jodio tells them that there's a garden in the back with a pool, which is likely where the person is. They also deduce that the diamond is likely in the master bedroom. As they begin to walk in, we see a first look at Usagi's stand, which is activated by Dragona saying that they want the camera. The stand is a small creature that runs towards the camera and creates a duplicate. Usagi reveals it to be named the Mate Kudasai, which is likely a reference to the King Crimson song Mate Kudasai. This effectively disables the security camera as the two feeds recorded look slightly different, so there's no potential evidence. From here, we finally see our mystery Japanese man swimming in the pool, and no matter how often you think he's gone, he always comes back. Kishibe Rohan, everyone. Our mystery villa owner is not only named Kishibe Rohan, but looks exactly like him. This is a risky choice by Araki, and I have to be honest and say that I hope there's some kind of trick here. I really hope this isn't just Rohan Kishibe, he exists in every universe. I'm hoping it's just not him, or at least not the one that we know. I also really hope he has a new stand, which I think is likely considering that Jodio said that they would have never had enough people for this heist. Heaven's Door isn't the type of stand to take down 4 people, so I think there has to be something up with that. I feel like having a character return from the main universe like this isn't as engaging as just having a new character. I like Rohan, by the way. I'm a big fan of the spoke Kishibe Rohan, and I really liked him in part 4, but I don't think we need him in the JoJoLands. One thing I'm hearing a lot of people say is that this is a pen name and that this isn't actually Rohan Kishibe. And once we get his real name, it'll be revealed that this is just a completely different guy that looks like Rohan. Some people are even going as far as to say that this is Tsurugi using a pen name. While I wouldn't take it that far, I do think that the first theory may be true. In both parts 7 and 8, Araki played with the audience's perception of characters from the previous universe. For example, in part 7, I thought Diego was going to be the main villain, but he turns out to be more of an ally. In part 8, the reveal that Josuke is Kira is shocking to hear, until you realize that this Kira is almost nothing like the Kira we previously knew. I wouldn't be surprised if this wasn't Rohan, or at least not as we know him. It's still weird to see his design be unchanged. changed though. Unless I'm wrong, this is the only new universe character to have literally no design changes. Regardless, I'm sure we'll see more in the next chapter. Regarding the rest of the chapter, I thought it was undeniably great. I'm getting really attached to these new characters. Each of them is super fun to read, and I hope I see their bond grow even stronger. Usagi's name was a little bit of a letdown. I was expecting more pizzazz, but maybe that's just because I was theorizing too hard. Jodio and Dragona are still amazing characters, and Dragona also remains to be my favorite. While I was hoping to see more of smooth operators in the hustle, I'm sure we'll see them next chapter, so that's fine. Overall, the JoJoLands had an amazing second chapter, and I'll be back next month to review chapter 3, where hopefully we'll get more information on what this means. Thank you for watching.